All right. So the next major philosopher amongst the pre-Socratics is a man named Anaximander. Right? Um, and Anaximander lived from about 610 to 546 BCE. Shorter time than Thales, but still notable, primarily for being Thales' student, right? As well as his own ideas. Right? So Anaximander was a student of Thales, and he asked this same question: what is everything made of? And his answer is more deeply influenced by Thales' work um, outside of his own answer to this question. Specifically, it's influenced by his idea that the Earth is like a disk, right? So his astronomy, if you want to call it that, or cosmology, and the idea of qualitative change in general. Right? So Anaximander says that the Earth is, well, coincidentally, a cylinder. Right? And this plays into everything, into his answer for the question of what is everything made of, because he believes that everything is made of what is known, what he calls the apeiron, right? And the apeiron, that's Aperion, right, is, it literally means like infinite or boundless, right? And the idea is that the world outside, the universe, cosmos outside of the world is boundless, right? And contained within this boundless expanse of possibilities are opposites, right? And the world, planet Earth, is all that creation is, right? All that exists, like physically, is this. Otherwise, you just have the abstract opposites kind of going about through the Apeiron, right? And they come into the world from the various ends and meet at certain points, those opposites, where they clash, right? And whatever winds up remaining of those two opposites, one gets destroyed and sent back out into the Apeiron, and one stays. Right? That's how creation works. Right? Um, right? And it's also to the Apeiron, it's the source of all things, that all things return upon death. Right? So think of it this way, right? You have the two ends of the cylinder, right? And the opposites that are these abstract, invisible things come flowing in from the two ends, right? They meet at a point, one blows off, right? So let's say that we have life and death meet at a point, right? Those are two opposites, right? Death blows off, life remains. That's how conception works, let's say. Right? We don't have enough of his fragments to confirm for sure that that's exactly how he saw it. Um, Again, this is a case of reconstructing from many other, from both the fragments and from many other commentators who were, if not contemporaries of Anaximander, then came after him and would have had access to his text before they got destroyed. Right? So that's how conception works. That's how life works. That's how death works. That's how you get a cat rather than a dog. That's how you don't get cat dogs. Sorry, Nickelodeon. Um, and things like that. And it's just outside of the Earth is just like, think of all the space in the room around me, besides the space occupied by this cylinder, right, by my water bottle. That's the Apeiron, right? It's everything that isn't this. And this just floats as a fixed point, eventually for itself to be destroyed and reborn anew, right? So a sort of cycle of reincarnation, very similar to the uh, Yastas, Yadros. Great. The ages that exist in Hindu mythology, right? Where you have the complete destruction of the physical and its rebirth, right? So and keep in mind that Hindu mythologies already exist at this time. So there's some chance that, and we do have records of like trade between India and ancient Greece, like in the area of Miletus and everything, where Anaximander and Thales both lived out their lives. So there's some chance that you have influence from Indian thought on Greek thought, right? It didn't just arise in a vacuum. Of course, it's also possible that this was something completely independent. Certain trends are just common in thinking, right? And the idea of a cyclical existence is nothing new. All right, so that's Anaximander.